Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hi, I'm Jason with Jason Pollock. I am not Jason. Join Jason and Justin back in the green room as they talk with some of their favorite folks from the entertainment industry. And now, the man you haven't been waiting for, Jason Pollock.
Hey, Justin, how are you?
I'm doing good, Jason. How you doing?
Good morning, Justin Gonzalez. How are you?
I'm.
Oh, great. You're not going to be able to monetize from this.
I'm fine.
I sung a copyrighted song.
Well, no, we'll go back to this one then.
Good evening, Justin.
That's that very sexy "Hi, I'm Jason" jingle that I wrote that you just all heard.
That was magical. Hey, Justin, real quick before we bring our guest down, let me tell you. Remember that story I told you about the fly getting stuck in the line of pee in the bathroom before a comedy show?
Yes,
I do
remember.
A poem about it.
Yes,
well,
I remember all that.
Poem someone wrote about it, and I made a coloring book, "The Fly," that refused to die, which is available on Amazon Prime.
Oh, run, do not walk, people. I've seen a couple of the proof pages of it. It's ridiculous. It is very, very funny.
That's supposed to be me.
There it is, kids. Yes.
Yeah. The fly that refused to die. And if you're wondering what I look like in person, look up in the corner. That's
Jason. Up in the corner. That's Jason. Oh, that's fantastic. That's your third book that you've put out.
What? Third?
The third, I believe.
Stop it. You're right.
Oh my goodness. You're really reading this book, and do you have your second book? And within
arm's
reach?
I'm not prepared. I'm not. But I have this picture of me with Ralph and Potsy.
Oh, that's a good one. That's nice. I have no cool pictures like that. I've had the opportunity.
No, you performed for Prince Charles, but no, you.
I have no picture proof of it. Only picture proof I think I have of me singing with a famous person is someone got a screen grab of me singing with Lenny Kravitz at the DNC when it was in Philadelphia.
That's pretty big. I'd say that's pretty big.
It was okay.
We have any housekeeping to take care of before. He's great. I just talked to him the other day. Len.
Yeah.
Len.
Lenny K.
Full of a whole wheat grain pancake. It's really really nice.
So yes, let's take care of some housekeeping before we get this all underway. First off, those of you that are watching on Facebook, hello. Those of you that are watching on Twitch, hello. Those of you that are enjoying this as a rebroadcast on the many platforms that we are now on, Audacity, Spotify, fill in the blank, we're everywhere. Hello. It's wonderful to be with you. And a quick thank you and shout out to our production team over at Strong Island Entertainment Network. Thank you so much for your hard work and making us, presumably appear presentable and professional. You guys work with magic wands over there. That is for sure. But for those of you that do not know all of all of the places you can find us, of course, I had just named a few: Spotify and Audacity. Make sure that you're looking up on Strong Island Entertainment, as well as Hi, I'm Jason with Jason Pollock and Justin Gonzalez. That's Jason. I'm Justin. And we are so glad to be here with you. The other side, you schmuck. This is why we can
have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things, yes. Which is our next book that we're putting out, since that seems to be my...
we can't have nice things. I went to see you do Queen, and I didn't know Freddie Mercury said that so many times.
I think I said it maybe 3 times in the show. And understandably so.
Hear Justin say it. We're going to do a shot.
That's it. Yes, that's the new drinking game. Well, anyway, let me get on all the business underway so that we can bring our guest out, because she is fantastic. She's been on tour with a dear friend of ours, and we can get into some of that and talking about what's going on, what's next on the chopping block for her. So, folks, if you want to see our finished broadcast, really rewatch these videos, head on over to YouTube and just search "Hi, I'm Jason," and you will find your way to us. If you're not watching on Facebook, head on over to facebook.com/Jason and Justin. That's all spelled out, Jason and Justin. And that's where we really disseminate all of the information. That's where we let you all know what we are doing when. And are you doing my hands with me, Jason? Sorry, this is my South Philadelphia ASL that I'm doing over here. It's so we already did Facebook. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure that you're watching on twitch.tv/Hi, I'm Jason P. Yes, and that's for Hi, I'm Jason podcast. It's also for Hi, I'm Jason P.
Are we on the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling channel now?
Well, we stream on both. So when Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling streams, they also stream to the Hi, I'm Jason P page as well. So yes, when we are not actively streaming from our Hi, I'm Jason page, we actually stream the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling page. So our good friends over at Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling, Mark Riccadonna and Richie Byrne. And so I think that's pretty much it, Jason. I don't have anything else. We thanked the wonderful folks over at Strong Island Entertainment. We talked about our other places you can find us now, and especially if you find yourselves not really being able to sit down and watch our podcast. Make sure that you follow us on Spotify or on Audible or any of the iHeartRadio. Yes, any of the wherever you can find podcasts, because I know sometimes you can't get down to get the downtime to watch it, but you can definitely listen to us on your next drive into work or I don't know, anytime if you're cooking or whatever. Again, you can listen to the Hi, I'm Jason podcast that you missed. And yes, that is all that I have for that. Jason, please make me shut up. Please say something.
It's time to bring out our guest. She's our first guest of November, which means it's our Thanksgiving special month of shows. So to celebrate Thanksgiving, the start of Thanksgiving season, please, ladies and gentlemen, give a nice Freddie Mercury shout out to Anita Wise.
Hey guys.
Thank you, Anita, for joining us. It's been lovely. I'll see you later.
Thank you. That was very nice. I usually get played on to turn it down for what, but it's a change of pace. That's all.
Well, if I had the sheet music for it, it would have happened. I'm sorry, Anita. I didn't read your writer.
This, so yeah, no. My bad. Okay.
And Anita.
What?
Justin, in case you didn't know, Anita is a very funny comedian.
Yes, I do know. I believe, Anita, you've toured with our friend Julia Scotti.
Yes.
And you currently are touring with her, aren't you?
Yes, and you were showing show and tell things. I have one. This is a poster that from when we were, how do you do this? In Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that fun?
That's nice. That's real nice.
Yeah.
You both look bored. I like it.
Yeah, well, if you notice, there's like drinks and cigarettes and all this. My friend Gary Bodner did the photography, and he conceived this whole scenario. And
That's a great scene.
It's really fun because we, it's fun publicity shots of us looking sloshed, but we're not.
That's I think
you two are a good You two are a good balance together because Julie is such a barrel of energy, and you're the polar opposite of a barrel of energy.
Okay.
And yet, still hilarious. But, don't get me wrong.
No, you're right. I am not a barrel of energy. I am maybe a quart container, something like that of energy. But
right, a solid 2 fingers pour of energy.
Okay.
Sorry, we're just talking about all that liquor. I'm still stuck on the alcohol. It's a nice 3 count pour, maybe. Okay.
This is why we can't have nice things, Justin.
No, it's not. Okay. Good night.
Nice studio audience there, ladies.
Nice studio. Yeah.
So, Anita,
what?
I came home, as you mentioned earlier, Justin. Anita and I went to the ChillerCon in North Jersey over the weekend. And we got a brief glimpse of Scott Baio in the hallway, and I felt so bad for him because this woman was there with her mother saying, "Look, Ma, there he is. There he is," and she's literally pointing to his chest. "Ma, he's right here. Look at him." His mom's like, "I don't see. I don't know what you want me to do."
Yes. Yeah, it was like that. that moment froze him in the hallway, and everybody's like, what are we looking at? And then we're like, oh, him, that guy. Yeah. So that was pretty funny.
Like-
Julia had the best line, though. They had what it is, since you haven't been, Justin, or anyone else who hasn't been to a con, and now that I have been to one, I have a little more perspective. Are they all like this with the celebrities and getting autographs and photos?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
And
Okay.
there's vending rooms. Yeah.
All right. So what you have is like tables with aging celebrities and the things they were in posted on the wall, or some of them make a banner, some of them just tape it up there. And then there's a little price list on the table in front of them, along with some possible merch. And it's like the X amount for an autograph, like going rate seemed about 40 for the celebs in films.
Yeah, that was the average. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could also pay to have your picture taken next to them. So, and then there were like very many people who wanted to pay this money and gawk at celebrities. So Julia was asking me, well, who was there? And I said, well, there was, the two guys, the brothers from Leave It to Beaver. There was Jerry Mather, the young one, and Tony Dow. It was the Beaver, and Julia said, "Who wants to look at an old beaver?" And I had to agree. Yeah, it wasn't the same as gee,
as a young beaver.
Not as innocent.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty wild. I mean, it was fascinating. They were very gracious. Everybody you went up to. I mean,
Yeah, they were very.
The
The fact that Ginger Lynn recognized me right away. She said, "Wait,
Yes.
why do I know you?" And Anita witnessed that, which made my day. I had a
Yes.
witness.
Yes, she
Oh,
knew
so
you,
cool.
and she was a guest on this very podcast, right?
She was,
It's
in
not
fact, right where you're sitting, right there.
Right here
Ginger Lynn. was
in
right
my bedroom on my sofa. Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it was weird.
Well, she had very nice things to say about your interviewing skills. That's why she remembered you, because you were really good at it.
Wow.
That's what she remembered.
As I'm in mid-interview trying to think of where to go next.
Oh, well, sorry.
But don't build me up too much, Justin. You compliment me too much. We have a show Friday night, and I have a feeling he's going to give me a big intro that's going to make people think, "Oh my God, this guy must be hilarious and professional," and I'm going to have to go out there and perform and let them see the truth.
Well, I think it's good if their expectations are high, because it just takes them a little while to figure it out that it's not true. Maybe if you're with any luck, you'll be gone by then. So it'll work out, It'll work out.
Anita,
Well-
you are hilarious, and your stage persona makes you seem like you have no confidence at all. But I know it's your character, it's your persona. You're very timid and meek. Your character up there.
No, what you're seeing is somebody terrified that she's not going to remember everything, and B, that somebody's going to get really out of hand and I'm going to have to deal with it. C, that something is showing that I didn't expect to be showing. Like the other day, I'm walking around, I dress for comfort. I mean, not like a slob, but, put leggings because they're comfortable, and a nice loose top, and I run around, do errands and stuff. And I'm out all day, and I sit down in a cafe, and I cross my legs, and there's this unfamiliar thickness on the back of my. I look down, and what has happened is a prior pair of underwear that didn't completely make it out the leg or the top when I took it off the last time has been balled up on the back of my calf the entire day with my leggings, and I was cheerfully oblivious to it until now. I'm sitting there in a cafe trying to discreetly urge this ball down towards my ankle and then retrieve it in such a way that nobody sees that I am removing underpants from the middle of my legging. So I more or less did it. I positioned my purse and I just smushed it right in. But
like a true professional.
Yeah. So these are the things I think about on stage. Like, oh God, I hope everything is where it should be, and nothing is where it shouldn't.
So,
So
so I,
that's what you're
I,
seeing. It's like I literally am terrified. So that's
in that moment of you in the cafe, there's two scenarios that I thought. Okay, first you walking down the street and like some like little old sister that just left, the afternoon rosary from church, seeing you with this lump on the back of your calf, like look at her out there, even though she has that tumor, she's out there living her best life and so comfortable. And then the other thing is like the guy like across the cafe watching you fiddling with your thigh and then realize like, how the hell did she take off her underwear? I need to buy this lady a mocha something because I need her number.
Yeah, guys are already impressed when we're able to take our bra off without taking our shirt off. Underwear is a new frontier, actually. Yeah, if I were able to do
through
that.
the leggings, no less.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, keeping them on, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think first it was the tying the cherry stem with your tongue, then it was the bra without taking off the shirt, now it's the underwears without.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
easily achieved. Just keep grabbing the same thing every morning just because it's right there from the night before. TMI, right? Oh boy.
Never TMI.
I was
Never
just
ever.
gonna say, there's never TMI in comedy, is there?
I was just talking with a friend earlier today about the fact that he and we've been friends for a number of years, and even though we have an age gap between us, that we feel that there's never TMI, but there's never too much information, but there could be just too much. So there can never be TMI, but like there's one of those things, like some of the things that we would say to each other, we would never, or like we would uncover, or just share with one another. We wouldn't necessarily find ourselves doing it in front of each other, though. The second that you do it in front of them, then maybe that's TM. That's too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing physical, but you could say anything.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think it's the same thing with comedy. You can pretty much say anything, but once you get to the TM of the TMI, too much information is fine, but don't get into too much.
So you're talking about your line of entertainment as far as singing goes, not comedy, right? You're talking about the band lifestyle, which takes comedy lifestyle to new levels, because I remember stories about what Led Zeppelin did with some fish and groupies in the hotel room.
Yeah, well, I never lived the Led Zeppelin life. That's for damn sure. I mean, I've traveled internationally and I've sung in opera houses and that sort of stuff. The first 10 years of my career being an opera singer, but like I said, never like like Motley Crue jumping off the tour bus and snorting up a row of ants like they're cocaine. I mean, you do that. You only do that in Italy. So, and I've never worked in Italy, so so I've heard. I don't know.
Wow.
When in Rome, right? Snort ants. Isn't that the
I don't
old
know
saying?
where that came from.
So I don't know.
That sounds like a Temple of Doom sort of rock star lifestyle.
It does. The comedy life is, in my experience, not quite that dramatic. Some people achieve those, but they don't last long, those guys. And they're usually guys. Yeah. Usually guys.
Yeah, that's true. The women in comedy, they usually have some like terrible thing happen to them, and you
What?
like are. Well, I mean, think of like Gilda, like she, the life that she had, and getting sick the way that she did, But then you look at like Belushi or like Chris Farley, or you're just like, makes sense. But like for Gilda, you're like, oh.
Right.
Oh, isn't that sad? With Gene Wilder by her side, like how heartbreaking. But like Belushi, it's like makes sense.
Yep.
Still sucks, but yeah, you mean the hard life, the drugs.
Yeah, but Gilda with cancer and all of that, again, gone too soon.
Right.
Just like the men, but again, it's the awe versus the.
Like she didn't deserve it on some level, and they sort of did, just because of the life. Not that they deserved it.
They didn't deserve. I know what you're saying. They didn't deserve it, but
increased their risks of that happening voluntarily. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You don't strike me as that wild party type.
Yeah.
Unless you have a closet side that we don't know about, we haven't seen. You hide behind your timidness.
That's
I mean,
it. We don't see her backstage.
We didn't know Anita Wise, the
keg stands.
Seinfeld years.
Right.
Right.
You were on 2 episodes of Seinfeld, weren't you?
Yep.
Oh,
I
wow.
was. Yeah.
Was the Drake's party?
The what?
Was that the wrong episode?
Yeah, it was called The Robbery, and the robbery was a motivation. Jerry got robbed, and there was an apartment. Anyway, George and Jerry didn't take the apartment because they both wanted it, and it would have been awkward. And I, the waitress, got it, and then they came to my housewarming, and everybody was kicking themselves. Elaine gave away her couch because she thought she was just a whole comedy of errors, and so that was one. And then the other was Jerry wanted to break up with this obnoxious friend who only reason they were friends is they knew each other growing up, and the kid had a ping pong table in his basement. So, but anyway, so again, I had a couple lines in that one too.
Were you directed by Larry?
No, Tom Chirone, I don't know how you say his name. And excuse me. I don't, sorry.
Foreshadowing.
Mm.
Wash that down with some Pinot Grigio.
It's just plain old well water. But this has been happening a little bit lately where like there's dust or something in my just hits the back of my throat.
I've been getting that too.
You have? Maybe it's like, is it fall allergies or something?
Could be fall allergies. Oh, and we have a comment from Ann Rothney. Good evening, Jason and Justin. Hugs. And Donna Hunter. Hello, Anita from Tucson.
Oh, hi, Donna. Cool. That's cool.
So neat. Yeah.
I put it on Facebook right before I came on.
I saw that.
I saw that too. Someone made I thought an interesting comment. They said that even you on an off day with your makeup and hair that you're still a 10.
Oh, that's adorable. That's sweet. My brother writes nice things, so I don't know. Anyway, you know how it is. You like start obsessing. Like you can't. Like the thing I'm really worried about is, am I going to be entertaining? Am I going to betray a confidence, or am I going to, I don't know, mess up?
Never.
I can't have control over that because that's in the future.
I think that's normal.
My hair.
I've seen you do it too. I've seen you have a killer set and get off stage and worry if it went all right. I do it all the time.
Yeah, we don't have good perspective sometimes.
Anita, what got you into comedy?
There's a long version and a short version. The longish version is that on one side of my family, my mother, my aunt, my cousins, my uncle, were all performers. And I just thought that was cool. I would, seeing my cousin on stage. He was a year younger than me, when I was like 13 or something. But I couldn't find the thing I could do. I wasn't good at anything. And so I didn't really, I lived my life. But then when I moved to New York, I was dating a comedian. And I really liked being with him. And then at a certain point, I realized it wasn't because I liked him. I just wanted to be him. He had a cool life. He traveled and he hung out at night. And
so he was a professional comedian.
Fun. Yeah, he was a professional comedian. And so we didn't go out anymore, but I was inspired to take a comedy writing class, like a 4-week class. And at the end, you perform like whatever 5 minutes you cobbled together during the 4 weeks. And one of the women in the class said, oh, I think you, me, this one, that one, I think the 4 of us should take the class again and support each other. And we did. And that's how I got in it, like that. Because that was like, finally, I thought, well, I've got to, like acting, I thought I can't project, I can't, I don't know. I can't walk and talk, but I can stand there and talk, I can do that.
Yeah, I get it. Classes are a great way to start, to break in. I mean, they can't teach you how to be funny, but it's a good icebreaker. They teach you how to structure your act. and you get a free stage at the end of it.
Yeah, right. It's worth it, right? Now that there's bringers and all this, you might as well pay to take a class so you get your 5 minutes.
Are they still doing bringers? I haven't even been
I don't
involved.
know. That's something that happened after I stopped doing comedy and wasn't around. And then, since I've been here, I haven't went to one where the amount of time you got was based on how many people you brought, which is such a good way to build a show, I think,
I get it. I used to run a club, and that was the way they had us do bringers. Each a minute per person, up to 10 per people.
Yes.
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so there's 20 people that are gonna do comedy tonight, but they're each doing 2 minutes.
Crazy.
Oh, geez, Louise. Yeah, well, again, my background being music, we never really, at least the stuff that I did, I was never like a bringer type thing. I started performing early, but I always worked in theaters. And when I worked in nightclubs, I was playing in a top 40 band, so it's not like I was doing original music. We were just like, hey, Thursday night, we're gonna do top 40 from 1960 to 1992. And just get out there and have a good time, and just don't, spray too much Banaka, So, but it's so it's so interesting when I hear about this whole idea of the bringer, because I mean that's got to kill. I mean that could really kill someone's confidence who's good, but
people are there to see their friends. Their friends just want to laugh at their friend.
Right, and it's especially an early comic, you're just trying to get that stage time in front of an actual audience, and you don't want to just keep bringing your friends, because your friends are gonna love you regardless. You want to make sure that you're sharpening your claws on real folks.
Justin, you're performing a lot at senior homes. I can't imagine they would do a bringer show at a senior facility. I don't know how that would work either.
So actually, a lot of them are taker-outer shows afterwards. My goodness. It's like at first I thought that the microwave was done at the end, because it was beep. And, no, it's not the microwave. Yeah. When you're doing shows there, when you say "I killed," it's a very different thing.
Oh yeah, be careful.
Justin, did you know about Anita? She's worked with Bob Hope and Johnny Carson.
Holy shnikes! So
and now she's with us.
Definitely, clawing your way right up to the.
It just keeps getting better. Yeah.
So, folks, you can tell with that statement, that's definitely not water in her cup.
So was the Bob Hope thing a USO tour?
No, it was a special. It was called, I think, Bob Hope Presents the Ladies of Laughter. And I was on with Margaret Cho and Wendy Liebman and Kathleen
Madigan.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say Garrity, and because I think I went to high school with Kathleen Garrity. But anyway, Kathleen Madigan, very funny woman, and Carol Siskin and myself. And he picked us out of, there were a bunch of tapes submitted, and then his people, his daughter, Linda Hope, they went and watched them, and they presented him 20 tapes, and he picked the five of us.
Whoa.
And then, so I met him, and biggest surprise, he is not a tall man. I always thought he was tall. He is less than tall. He is like less than tall than me, Okay,
you're not a tall woman.
I'm not tall. I'm 5'5", and he was not as tall as me.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was 90 at the time.
Right.
So
well, I'm 5'6". I'm not that tall.
A little, but
he had shrinkage in front of you.
A little, he was 90 or something. But he was cool. He was very gracious. Everybody was Mr. Hope, and so the photographer I was in one of the promo shots, they had everything set up, checking the lighting, checking us, our positions and everything. And then finally, okay, they're ready for Mr. Hope. So Mr. Hope comes in, he sits on a stool, and we're like around him going, like we should be on this show. And then the guy's working very quickly, change this pose. I mean, he's like on speed trying to get through. And then finally he goes, just a couple more, Mr. Hope. And Mr. Hope slides off his stool and goes, no, you got what you need. And he left. It was like, whoa, you badass.
Been in this long enough. You got what you need.
You got what you need. Yeah, I'm over. I'm done. So that was pretty cool. And that was my longest interaction with him, actually. I mean, the day of the show, they had huge cue cards for him, on the side, because his eyes were, he was 90. So, God bless him. He did great. And Rue McClanahan, I can't say it.
Rue McClanahan.
McClanahan, yeah.
Sexiest of the Golden Girls, yeah.
Yeah. She was the host, like the co-host with it. It was very cool. We got to go to his house.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very cool. There was it's in Burbank. There's a guardhouse, there's gates, and it's a big, it's like his office, basically. There was like several desks and a greeter, and he gave us water and told us the story about how Bob Hope got this logo. There was a little styrofoam cup that had a black penciled logo of his ski nose. Anyway, little facts. And then we were allowed to wander around. There's a rose garden, and with very special roses, I guess, and a pool, and then the big house. So we went to the big house, and actually what it is he's got like this is like, when you're rich, this is like good. You have a whole like receiving living room. Like it's for receiving people like us, and there's pictures of him with Nixon and whoever. And, but where he lives is upstairs, and that's private. And so it's like got two houses, one on top of the other. So isn't that cool?
That's very cool. My
Wow.
goodness.
Yeah.
I will never know what that's like to live that kind of life.
I don't think I will either, but at least I saw it once. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Rich people
kind
have
of
really good ideas, like 2 dishwashers. Like, duh. Yes, brilliant. Because then you really only have to empty when you've filled both of them and cleaned them both. It's like you can stretch it out for a while. Yeah.
The filling it up is the easy part. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're having a big party, like I'm sure Bob Hope was, used to having. And then you're like, okay, I've got 2 dishwashers. We'll just knock out everything in one shot instead of having to fill it up and then leave the counter with the stacks still waiting.
Oh, it's brilliant. Brilliant. I mean, it's like the person who said, you know what, why don't we use 2 dishwashers? That person, I hope, invented things, because that was a really good idea right there. I think.
Oh, I love it. It's funny. Anita was, because you were just talking about our chat with Ginger Lynn, that when she was talking about the Playboy Mansion, about how there was
Bob Hope's place was the Anita version of the Playboy Mansion.
Absolutely. She's like, there's pictures of Nixon, and and Ginger was like, there's bowls of condoms, and this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, but it was funny because Ginger Lynn had access to that private floor, Hugh Hefner's living area, because for a short time, I believe she wasn't dating Hugh Hefner, she was dating Hugh Hefner's girlfriend. Oh is right. But anyway, if you want to hear, folks listening, if you want to hear about that,
this is about Anita today. We're here.
Yes, I was going to say, click the Ginger Lynn story. It's a good time. But Anita, Bob Hope, first off, I mean, such an icon. And so when you were saying, like, when you got to meet him, that he was so small and demure, but you see him as this larger than life character for, so much of your life and your career. and then you got to meet work with another guy, Mr. Carson.
Yeah, but honestly, I never actually met him. I
Oh,
just
okay.
was on his show. But it was still an honor. It was
Were
great.
you a character or did you do stand up? Was it for a
I
sketch?
did stand up. Yeah, I did
So
stand
cool.
up, and his guest sitting in the chair next to him was David Letterman.
Oh wow, you
Oh,
conquered
wow.
both at one time.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of cool. Kind
Yeah,
of
that's great.
terrifying. Kind of pretty terrifying.
I was gonna say, did you? I mean, because already I'm getting nervous just thinking about that scenario.
I know.
That not only is it the Johnny Carson show, which is enough to make you plots, but then his guest is the David Letterman. Now at this time, did David have his own show, or was he
Yes, he had
still?
his own show still at that time. Yep, he
Holy
did.
moly! So
Yeah.
you have two of like the kings of late night, and I'm sure. Well, at that point, maybe David was still a duke, or maybe a rising prince. But these two just masters of late night TV, and you went out there and did your thing.
Yep, I did.
You nailed it, Anita. I'm sure.
Uh,
Do you still use any of those jokes that you used back then?
yeah, I'm sure I do. Yep.
I don't feel so bad about my accent.
No. I mean, I mean, some people are very prolific. I'm not particularly prolific, but
Like Julia's writing 24/7. She's got her
oh my
second album
God,
coming out in a matter of years.
does she call you?
Yes,
Yes.
calls me to
It's
try
funny.
material.
Yeah. I love it. I feel honored when she does that.
Oh yeah, no
yeah,
doubt.
it's fun.
Oh, we have a couple other comments. Anita Anderson. I have an autographed book of Bob Hope. Just loved him. Hi, Ann. Just logged on. And Ann Rothney said hi. Oh, not you. Hi, Anita. Hi, Anita Anderson. Okay. I thought they knew you. But I'm reading comments of people going back and forth with each other.
It's great when because Jason and I have done that a number of times where we're reading the comments on the various chats when these are happening live, and we realize, oh wait, our listeners aren't actually talking to us. They're talking to each other. and we're just following their commentary on our show. Fuck what we're trying to talk about over here. It's like, oh, they're talking about a chicken marsala, recipe. How do when it's too vinegary? How do you get that? Anyway.
Important news it is, though.
So, and Anita, speaking about writing, because this is something that I'm getting into, and I've been encouraged by a lot of the folks that I've met through COVID, because I was not at all working with comedy.
And thank you, COVID.
Yes, thank you, COVID. Yes, thank you. Thank you to COVID-19 for that. But I mean, Julia was like my first introduction to thinking comedically, and bringing a voice of comedy to my music shows. And now I'm talking with Jason and guys like Mark Riccadonna and Richie Byrne and Tom Briscoe and Steve Trevelise and Eric Potts. These guys have been so supportive. Hearing me do what I do, I find myself starting to write a lot more. What is your favorite joke that you have written?
A way to put her on the spot there.
Yeah.
I know. Or
Anita, let me
even better. What's your favorite one to tell that you've written?
Oh,
Anita, to ease the tension. That's a beautiful lamp you have behind you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's from a prior life when we had a lighting store, and yeah, so lovely parting gift. So I do have a lot of lighting left. So maybe I should just put my name and say it's merch or something.
I love it. I
There's
love
a lovely
it.
skunk.
Anita Wise lamps.
I signed it. I don't know. My favorite joke to tell is the one I just wrote. That's the one that you just can't wait to see if it works, and if it does work, it's like a new toy or a new piece of clothing. That's always my favorite one. So right now, my new favorite ones, I have two, and then there's one I haven't even done yet. One it has to do with an experience I had in COVID, in which I stuck my arm up a cow's ass.
People were
Okay.
trying to find so many different ways to cure COVID, and
Right.
that one didn't even occur to me.
Yeah, no, it was to check for pregnancy. But it's like a story kind of, but it's the subject matter. Most people like one of the reasons I like that joke is I don't think too many people are doing that material, So I'm like, this is good. This is like unique. This is my territory. I do the arm up the cow's butt bit, okay? So that was kind of fun because people are like, what? They're like, don't even know if it's going to be real or not, because I do tell silly jokes too that can't be real.
I laughed so hard at one of your stories you told, one of your jokes about the paleo diet. It just killed me.
Oh yeah, I don't remember it. I don't do that one anymore. I forgot it.
You were saying it's the diet that the cavemen used. People were talking about it, trying to sell it like that. It's the caveman diet.
Right.
Like it's the diet used by a race of people that don't exist anymore. Basically.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a good idea. Right. Yeah. How good was it? They're gone. Right. That was the joke. Or maybe I'll do it again. I forgot. And then my other new bit is about masturbation. And that was like totally a COVID child also, because I did it. I came up with it. I had the nerve to do it on Zoom because on
Talk
Zoom,
about the joke, right?
The joke or masturbation? Which did you do on Zoom?
I'll never tell. But, no, I did. It's not a topic I would normally feel comfortable broaching in front of an audience, and I still don't. But it's the jokes are fun, and so I tell it. But Zoom had no audience, no sound, no little pictures of people on a sofa 20 feet away from the camera. It's like it was like not even. It didn't feel totally real, So I developed that bit on Zoom comedy shows. Thank you, Jim Mendrinos, for all that. Him and I guess was it Mark Riccadonna, his partner?
Well, Mark was doing some stuff, but was it Johnny?
Johnny
G.
Yeah, Johnny G. Yeah, that's who
Yeah,
was his partner. Thank you. Yeah, because that was great. Because I met people that way. It was like an oasis in the desert of like not performing. So it wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better.
So you came up with the masturbation joke on Zoom, or you actually partook in a group masturbation Zoom session, like they would have had in Real Sex at HBO?
Yeah, that would have been. I don't know. We missed our opportunity. That would have been. Jason, where were you? Wait, we really. That would have been like amazing. Yeah.
I mean, that's a Gallagher act I don't want to see
on the Zoom show.
Oh no.
That's how it.
The Gallagher act you don't want to see. No. This is the Smash Show, and the first guy you see, first 5 rows.
That's pretty gross. Okay.
And Ann Rothney did comment. I was going to comment on that lamp. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you must know, it's a cartel. Where is it? There, a cartel. Kartell. And it's all plastic, but it's nice. And I only have one now. So sorry.
You've been selling them after shows, autographing them.
Yeah.
At your merch table. I would love you to have a table of lamps set up after every show.
That would be very funny.
I could do it. Yeah. And bulbs too. I got a lot of bulbs. I'll just sign them or something. I don't know.
Wise autograph bulb.
Right. It's a wise idea to get an Anita Wise bulb.
There you go.
There.
Oh my God. You'll see the light.
Oh, there it is. We've got the commercial, kids. So Anita, so you came from this family where you're surrounded by performing. What was it what was the time that really got you on stage? What was that first time on stage for you, and that where you finally got the bug that bit you?
It actually happened behind a bar. I was tending bar, And it was a Saturday night. I was there with my gals. We were cranking up and down the bar, 3 deep. And while I was in the middle of like remembering drinks and running up and down and doing everything, I realized this, that watcher in the back of your head
Aha moment.
said, wow, I'm the center of attention. And I like it. That was like, because I'm shy in real life.
Again, Ginger Lynn said that about another situation. No, just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I just thought of myself as a pretty shy person, and so it was kind of a surprise that, I thought I'm not supposed to like this, but I do. So that was sort of the awakening, I guess.
And look at you now. Well, look how far you've come. Where are you going to be this weekend?
Oh, well, tomorrow I'm going to be back at the Comedy Works. Julia Scotti is taping her second album on Saturday at the Act 2 Playhouse. There's only a few tickets left. They're nearly sold out.
Where's the Act 2 Playhouse?
It's in Ambler, PA. There's a show at 3 and one, I think, 7:30, and I'm going to open for her. And she's going to run through her act that, what she's going to record tomorrow at the Comedy Works in Bristol, above, by George. It's in Georgine's. Georgine's is a big restaurant, and it's an area of Georgine's called, and it's the Comedy Works. And so I'll be opening for her tomorrow there as well. So tomorrow, Bristol, the Comedy Works, and then Saturday, Act 2 Playhouse in Ambler, PA, 2 shows. So that's what's coming up.
Cool. So cool.
Yeah,
I just saw Julia at the Catch a Rising Star up in Princeton.
Oh yeah,
and she was working on some of her new material, and Jason and I know her from the Julia Scotti Comedy Test Kitchen days in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
And we know her through her first album, and just the new stuff. If you if you enjoy Julia Scotti, run, do not walk. If you've never seen her before, run, do not walk, because not only do you get to see Julia's new material, you get to see the lovely Anita Wise this weekend. So make sure you're there.
Yep.
And also, if you can't make that, I have Anita December 2nd at the Candlelight Theater. Thursday night,
you do. Right. Yes, that's
Arden, Delaware.
I love that place.
I will have to see if I can be there to see you, Anita, because I feel like I meet all these people on screens, and then it's, I feel like the Candlelight, with Jason, I've had the opportunity to actually meet people in meet space. So we'll have to do that.
Anita's worth it. She's really funny.
Thank you.
So there you go, December 2nd, down in Delaware at the Candlelight Theater, comedy at the Candlelight.
Justin, where can we see you next?
Next, you're going to see me actually with you, Jason, this upcoming Friday.
Yeah, Friday night, a brand new venue.
Yes, Studio 67 in Medford, New Jersey. Jason and I will be doing Hi, I'm Jason Live with our good friends. Jason and I will be there providing conversation, comedy, and music. And we will also have our middle performer will be the great Katrina Braxton. And our headliners, Mr. Mark Riccadonna, former contributor to The Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live. So be there or be square. And Saturday, I'm going to be in Havre de Grace, Maryland with the Killer Queen Experience, 33 1/3 Live's Killer Queen Experience. So you get to see me do Freddie on Saturday for you folks down in Maryland. That's it. That's all I got.
And I will be Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon after our show Friday evening. I have another show 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, so very little time to recover. But it's with my band Rock and Pravaganza, where I host. You come up with a song and song style on the spot, and the band has 3 minutes to create the song.
Wow, I didn't know you did that. What's it called again? What?
Rock and Pravaganza. I'll be at a brewery in Cherry Hill. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name because that's how I roll.
We'll just drive around till we find it. That's fine. It's
yes.
what time? Just so we know when to get started. Just in
1
case.
to 4. The band will be playing from 1 to 4.
Usually, so 12:30. Start taking your laps around Cherry Hill. So I'm trying to think what breweries are around Cherry Hill.
It's a new one.
Oh, well, that should narrow it down. But so what you need to do, folks, you need to go to facebook.com/Jason and Justin, because before the end of the night, we'll be sure to make a post about it. And also to share information about where Anita will be this weekend, because, again, she is a riot. So, again, run, do not walk.
And please don't smash that like button, as the YouTubers say. Hit subscribe to all our medias. Please, just help us. And we just lost monetization because Justin's playing a copyrighted song.
I'm just playing the piano. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it copyright if you do the Freddie Mercury yell?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't do that to Anita. I wouldn't hurt her.
Why? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Lay a little Freddie on us. Come on.
So I'll do. Actually, I have a friend whose birthday's coming up this weekend, so I'll do this for her now, okay? And I do happy birthday in the style of Freddie Mercury.
Wrap it up.
Okay,
I know. Then we got to go. Okay, I'm gonna do it real quick. I'll try.
Right,
here we go. Okay.
Fast.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sue. Happy birthday to you. To you. There you go.
Justin, you came in late. You were flat.
Story of my. Everyone's a critic, aren't they?
Justin, that was magical. Thank you, thank you,
Anita,
Happy birthday,
for coming
on and sharing this time with us.
Love you, Anita, and again,
thank you, everybody watching.
Yes, and make sure to follow us on all of the things. And again, we will see you next week at 7 p.m.
Okay,
yes,
bye.